welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I am going to feature a project that is created with So Detailed Thinlits Dies and So in Love stamp set from the 2017 Occasions catalog by Stampin Up. This is going to feature a very intricate die that is one of the package of 3 dies that are available for purchase that coordinate the So in Love stamp set. These are really pretty dies. They feature hearts and floral images both. One thing you could do with the middle-sized die is you could use it to create hearts for a shaker card. You can actually put anything in a shaker card, but it's nice whenever you have something that you can repurpose as a negative die cut and use it for something. The piece of pattern paper that I'm using here is also from the catalog, and it is called Falling in Love Designer Series paper. This is a package of photorealistic paper, and all that basically means is that it looks like real photographs that they've put onto pattern paper. Here I'm using a piece of Sahara sand cardstock, and I have run the die cut with my standard plates. I did not use a precision base plate for this project, and as you can see here, I had no problem with getting the die cut to remove. These little pieces that stuck in it are not really stubborn pieces. It's just that they stuck down to the base plate, and I just needed to use a little bit of a pokey tool to get them removed from the die cut. You could use your precision base plate, and that might give you a cleaner cut, and you could also choose to use the Big Shot die brush that would take out those pieces in a jiff. Here is what the die cut looks like when it is out of the die, and as you can see, there is a large area of cardstock. I will call that a margin area. And this area is meant for you to take and adhere the die cut to the reverse side of a cardstock piece, and to be able to flip over the die to where when you have the die featured on the front of the card, it doesn't have this large area of cardstock. If you chose to, you could of course have this cardstock area, the margin area. You could have that stay on the front of the card. However, if you did it, I would suggest that you make sure that it is part of the engineering of your design, because it is a large area. It's going to draw the eye. So I made sure that I was able to score and use my bone folder, and as you can see, it takes away from the look if I were to have that featured on the front of the card. It just breaks up the eye, and for this project I wanted the eye to flow over where the die cut area is on the card. I'm just lining everything up here, and I used a piece of tear-in tape because it is a very strong adhesive. Once I have this adhered to the piece of cardstock, I really did not want to worry about it coming loose once this card reaches its destination. The design of this card is very simple. It's finished off at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a top folding standard sized card base made of Sahara sand. I have used a piece of the designer paper that is the total height of the card minus 1/8 of an inch by 1 inch wide. What I wanted to do is feature this die area raised and then have the pattern paper behind it so that it appears as if there are 2 areas of the card. Onto the cardstock, which is of very vanilla, I have underneath the die cut, I have used the Blushing Bride ink and one of the stamps from the So in Love stamp set. I'm using a 2nd or a 4th generation of ink because I want it to be very light. I want the focal part of the pink to be the hearts that are coming from the designer paper off to the side of the card. I use the sentiment just for you because this card can be repurposed for any occasion. It could be a birthday, it could be a thank you, it could be just a hello, how are you doing note. And I wanted this to be able to be part of a set of note cards that is going to be for any occasion. This area is raised on foam dimensional adhesive, and what that's going to do is separate the eye with the designer series paper on the right hand side and then the area that I have stamped on the left. I used the pink for the stamping on the left hand side in order to bring the eye over to the rest of the card. I created a visual triangle, and that is what makes our brains happy to see an image. Here is the fine tip glue pen, and I'm using it on not every little part of this lace area, but I'm just putting it on enough to be able to make sure that it doesn't come off. It's not that I don't want the die cut to lay completely flat on the cardstock, because I do not. I just want to make sure that it is stuck down to the cardstock in enough places that it's not going to come up during the mail process or whenever somebody receives the card. Here is the finished card project. I will add a few sequins that are from the Fancy Frost Sequins Pack combination from the holiday catalog. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial, and I invite you over to my blog at jennystampsup.com, where you'll find a new card making idea every day. Thanks again.
Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.